Here's a personalized reading for you for the new moon in Leo for sun, moon, and rising signs, all using the help of my oracle deck, Soul's Odyssey, now 50%. Leo is loud. Leo is really coming here to help us get real with ourselves and plant the seeds towards a new realness that perhaps we're wanting to explore as well. So right off the jump, this new moon is just packed with so much loving energy and supported energy for you to really confidently shift your life toward a desire, whatever that may be. There is no desire too big or too small. So let's go ahead and jump into the cards. Let's see what the cards have to say. Ooh, angles. And let's dive right in, starting with Aries. Aries sun, moon, and rising. Wha-bam! Birth of ideas. Something is brewing inside of you, and it's important for you to listen to that call, listen to that impulse. Just do the work and trust and believe the momentum will quickly follow. Next up, we have Taurus, sun, moon, and rising. What do we got here? Ooh, free your mind and the rest will follow. It's time to let that mask go. It's time to really free yourself from the narrative that you keep telling yourself about your current reality. If it's not working for good reason. Perhaps there's some limiting beliefs that are keeping you trapped. Perhaps you don't believe in it as much. And sometimes the way in which we create belief, it's a matter of playing with a belief, playing with an idea, freeing yourself, showing your mind that another reality is possible. Next up, we got Cancer, moon, and rising. Release. Now, I'm not going to sugarcoat it for you. Sometimes we're hoarders. The stuff that we keep can either bring joy or it can bring sadness. If you're holding on to a grudge, if you're holding on to a way of being that's not really supporting you where you are right now, in what ways is that limiting you from being able to express your true, authentic, loving self? People feel at home with you, but your home right now is a disaster. Time to clean it up. Gemini, sun, moon, and rising. Swift action. When you have that idea and you actually move through with it, you are unstoppable. The minute that momentum stops is the second in which you're not having fun with yourself. You're not having a good time. Keep it light. Keep it airy. Move forward with positivity. Okay? Feel good first and then move. Feel good first and then move. Alrighty, Leo, sun, moon, and rising. What? Rebirth. And y'all, let me tell you, this new moon is literally all about rebirth and transformation. Like, I'm currently experiencing it. And if I'm experiencing it as an Aries, I can only imagine what a Leo, sun, moon, and rising must be feeling right now. This is reinvention. Switch it up. This is a moment for rebirth, for transformation, like rebranding. Like, you are not going to be the same person for the rest of your life. And right now, this cocoon in which you've been in, it's like, it's time to stretch those arms out. It's time to take up space. Your confidence inspires so many others. What do you want to get confident in now? How can we lean into that a bit more? Because that is going to inspire so much. So many people. Oh my God, how amazing. Go for it, Leo. Next up, we have Virgo, sun, moon, and rising. Into the heart of darkness you go, baby. Into the darkness you go. Here's the thing. You are a masterful creator, masterful at criticizing and picking things apart. And I say that in the most loving way, Virgo. But what is your data telling you? How has your judgment of this world limited you from being innovative with these criticisms, with these ideas? Find that source of innovation. Innovation is forward moving versus like the criticism and the judgment is just keeping you where you're at. Oof, Virgo energy all the way. Next up, we got Libra, sun, moon, and rising. Shadows are not your enemies. The shadows are not your enemy, Libra. Your shadows are telling you something about yourself. And specifically in regard to Am I showing up lovingly in this world? And love, Libra, does not mean putting on the mask of love, which, if you have a strong Libra placement, you know exactly what that's like. But like loving in an authentic sense, loving in a felt sense, loving because you recognize the shadows and demons within you that are limiting you from actually showing up as unconditional love. And that doesn't mean I'm a doormat, walk all over me. This means like, no, your shadows are trying to tell you something about your boundaries. There's a need to speak up and advocate for yourself. Your shadows are like, talk, please. Confirmation burps happening. Talk, please. Open up your throat chakra. Speaking of confirmation burps. Yeah, like talk. Talk about it. Talk about the darkness. You're never going to just run away from it, Libra. And I know sometimes we want to just live in love and light and happiness and rainbows, but your darkness is trying to tell you where there's misalignment. Next up, we got, who are we? Scorpio, sun, moon, and rising. Boom. Wholeness. 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 You are a beautiful collection of experiences. There is also light. On the flip side of Libra, where it's like, look at your dark, Scorpio energy is like, look at what makes you light as well. There's an ending of a cycle here. And, if you have major Scorpio energy, you know what the end of cycles are, beginning, ending, and beginning. Like as millennials, our Pluto sign is in Scorpio, which we are the generation that's seeing lots of endings and lots of transformation. Like also look for the light. Also find the hope. You can really speak to the grief that we're experiencing in this world. But how can we speak of it from a place that honors the grief and also motivates it forward? Like passes that forward through demonstration, showing others how you've gone through your grief. Your stories are so powerful. How can we shift the way we tell these stories about ourselves, especially when it comes to other people? How can we utilize our stories as a source of inspiration, as a reminder of our wholeness and how it contributes to a much larger picture? Sagittarius, expand your horizons. You're playing it safe. Sagittarius, sun, moon, and rising, you're playing it safe. Life can get so much better than what you think it is. If you're wanting to move, if you're wanting to travel, go on sabbatical, if you've been wanting to explore a different environment, if your current environment hasn't been working out, especially if you have a Sagittarius moon, woo! If your current environment does not feel like home, then change it up. We are not bound. And oftentimes we are so free. Abraham Hicks talks about this. Love this quote from them. Like we are so free that sometimes we choose bondage. That's how free we actually are. And in this moment, you're choosing bondage. So your happiness, your inspiration is of utmost importance. We need it in the world. We need you to feel confident. We need you to feel at home. We need you to feel inspired because that inspires others. Like when you are fully connected to that inspiring feeling, Sagittarius, you're unstoppable. You truly are unstoppable. So come on. Get out of your box. You deserve it. Next up, we have Capricorn, sun, moon, and rising. Capricorn, sun, moon, and rising connection. Oof. Connection. This is really, really interesting here because Capricorn, this is a moment to really ask yourself, are you really connected to what you're doing in this world? Are you connected to your job? Are you connected to your friends? Are you connected to your families? Have you been really focused on something that hasn't been working out, perhaps was the source of connection once upon a time, but like now you're looking at it and you're like, this doesn't connect with me in the same way anymore. And now I'm not saying, okay, well, you have to quit the job, do all the things, quit the relationships and keep moving forward. There's another option. That is an option too. But there's another option and a deeper lesson here in finding the connection in your current situation, no matter what. Like using where you're at to find your connection, to find what brings you to the work that you're doing. Can we find the gratitude? Can we find our reflection in the people we get to help out, in the conversations we have? Can we see ourselves in others? And in us seeing ourselves in others, there's a universal truth here about the lack of connection we experience in this world. And you get to create that connection. Next up, we got Aquarius. Guidance. Guidance. Every sign and whisper leads you closer to yourself. And here's the thing, Aquarius, y'all already have a really chatty mind. You are feeling a lot. And there's this connotation to Aquarius energy that they're not emotional beings. But in fact, Aquarius, you are super emotional. A lot of the emotions that you experience is because you're so connected to the collective consciousness in a way that other people aren't necessarily. Like, so much of the collective consciousness is mental. It's people sending messages out into the universe all the time. And some of those messages are not even yours. There's a guidance coming from within you, a truth that sometimes just data downloads into you. And what happens is that you're keeping it to yourself. You're keeping this guidance to yourself. And yes, it can serve in guiding you towards a better track. But ultimately, your life path, if you have Aquarius in any of these major components of your astrology chart, your big mission in life is to be a leader in the collective space, in humanitarianism, in giving back. We need your conversation. We need your guidance. We need your wisdom, Aquarius. It's going to help us move forward in a more united way. All right. But you got to unite with that guidance, really unite with it, understand it, and speak from it. Woo! Aquarius energy. And last, but certainly not least, we have Pisces, sun, moon, and rising. Legacy. Oh my gosh. What a beautiful card to end with. Pisces, you are the very last sign of the Zodiac. By the time we get to Pisces, we are at the ending of understanding the astrological calendar year and also the ending of the story. We start with Aries, the breath of inspiration, and we end with Pisces, the passing of that baton. Ultimately, you know that everything that we're experiencing serves a much bigger picture. In your community, the people you surround yourself with, the stories you share, what you create from that tells the story of human existence, of our collective vision. And with that, there is this responsibility to pass that baton. So in what ways are you really building your legacy? How do you want to be remembered? Okay. Your legacy is literally being etched into eternity right now. So when you ask yourself, what do I want to be remembered for? Are you living in alignment with that vision? And if not, how can we look at where we're currently at as a step towards our legacy? How can we lovingly move forward from this current state toward legacy? People are going to continue coming to you with their problems, with their dramas, with their things. And it's because you are meant to help us navigate the allness that life is, the yin and the yang. Your experience of it is meant to teach us something about honoring this current vessel, this current life. You are the elder of the Zodiac, very wise. You've lived lifetimes. And your energy helps us tell our stories in its completeness so that we can even deeper find ourselves in those tales, in those stories. Woo! Alrighty, friends. Well, there you have it. The collective reading for sun, moon, and rising signs. If that was nice for you, then comment down below. Let me know if you enjoyed it. If you enjoy my deck, please grab a copy of it. It's linked in my profile. colormecrazy.info. You can also comment soul down below and I'll send you all the information. These cards have been really fun to work with and it would be so sweet to gift you one of these, for you to receive one of these. So yeah, anyways, I love you so much. Have a fantastic day. And wow, this is a crazy time for reinvention and I'm ready for it and I hope you are. Bye for now.